Hello, my beautiful mystic hearts, and welcome to today's love reading. Okay, so as I was preparing for this reading today, I was hearing new start. So, wanting to get back out there. I'm seeing my fun, flirty card as well. So, let's see what is actually going on with you at the moment. So, this will be the divine feminine that I'm going to tap into to start with. I feel that's what I'm being called to tap in firstly. And then we'll get into the divine masculine, so the person that's on your mind, and we'll tap into what's going on with your masculine as well, just to see where they're at the moment with this connection. So let's get into it. All right, so just going to start. So straight away, we've got abundance. So as I was picking it up, was what I was picking up. So we've got abundance, keeping a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want. So look, I won't take that card, but I think that's an indication of sort of where you are at the moment. Like I said, I was getting just this real new start, new ventures. I just had new business ventures. So just quite a positive energy around you at the moment. And I've just got this card here as well. So we've got self-indulgence. I'll get it out in a second. Self-indulgence, self-worth, time to heal, shadow works. I'm actually being told to take that card. Right, so we're going to take that one to start with. We'll come back and we'll look at it, but I am being told to take that card for your current energy. All right, so these cards are just flipping over. All right, let's see. So what's currently around you at the moment in love? I just want to get your energy into these cards. Just get your energy in here. All right. This is very interesting, these cards. All right, I'm just going to get a couple more just for your top row, just to see what's currently around you. Okay. All right, we'll take all of those. So the first one we had is the self-indulgent card, the girl with the snake. Then we've got lightning. We've also got mask came out. So keys and a ring came out last. So we'll put that there. We've got keys and rings. Hopefully you can see all of these properly on camera there. Okay, so we've got self-indulgence. So exactly as I was picking up as I was preparing for this reading is all around self-indulgence. So focusing on yourself, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work. So that means that you have been spending a lot of time in self-reflection at the moment, which would explain why I'm getting this sense you're ready to move on to that next step, is what I'm hearing. So really a lot of shadow work. So really going inwards, especially if you're the divine feminine and you'll be wearing that real longing veil, that real fear of abandonment veil. So you will have been going in and actually looking through at your shadow, trying to understand your triggers, understand why you were carrying this fear of abandonment with you. Very much inner child work as well, if that's the case. I'm really trying to understand what your triggers are, where that fear of abandonment actually comes from, and also self appreciation as well. So, really around understanding your worth, your value, understanding what you are prepared to accept and not accept in relationships, I'm hearing, and not just in your romantic relationships, but also in just everyday relationships. So let that be work or with family, friends, just any relationship that's around you. Is you're just focusing on that. And I've just heard as well that for the first time in a very long time, you're actually feeling really, really positive. So you're really stepping into your self-worth, I'm just seeing the Empress card, so really stepping into your Empress glow. Also you've had a bit of a glow up as well. You're really going through a glow up. So um, I'm also hearing that you may have started like a new fitness regime. I'm just hearing that fitness regime, a new way of eating. I just heard that as well. So a real glow up energy about you, which I'm just straight away just feeling that I think that your masculine has got wind of this. But let's just see. I just heard that the masculine has actually seen this glow up, which means that you would have intuition that your masculine has wind of this glow up. Either he's come through in your stories or something's happened. But let's get down into these cards, because I think you're in a really abundant, positive mindset right now, very focused on yourself. All right, and then we've got Girl with a Snake. So this is that fake empath card that I've got. So for those of you who have watched a few of my readings, you will understand what this card means to me. And that's all around someone that you have had faith in, trust in, who ended up really just really betraying your trust. And I just heard that you've actually had a few of these people in your life, and this is what this self-indulgence, this inner child work is showing you, is that you do actually have a lot of these fake empaths in your life. So whoever this feminine is you are really learning how to set boundaries with people as a result of your healing journey that you've been on, and that inner work and that fear of abandonment, is you're no longer fearing abandonment anymore. And as a result of not feeling abandonment anymore, then you are able to step in the Empress glow, and you're no longer worried about what people think. You no longer need others' approval of you to have approval of yourself. And you're able to, for the first time, actually put boundaries up with these people. I've also heard as well that that's not just for people around you. It's also for this masculine as well, this masculine that's on your mind. So you are really, really focused at the moment on putting up boundaries, which comes from this self-worth and this glow up that you've been going through. Which brings me to the Lightning card, and then directly beside it is the Mask. So this is why I think that you either something has just come across your table, or something is about to, you've got intuition. I have a funny feeling that your masculine has just, either you've heard something about this masculine down the grapevine that's really shocking, it's really shocking news, or it's something that has really shocked you, as in this masculine has just gone and liked one of your stories on social media. Potentially your masculine might have just sent like a really dry message, like a hey, or something along those lines, something that's really been quite shocking to you. And it's someone that's been wearing a mask with you. So someone that has not been showing their true feelings with you, someone that has been had that mask on, someone that made you feel really deluded and gaslighted. So I think this is this person on your mind. I'm getting a couple of things for this. I think this is also your shadow, your mask that you've been working through as a result of, all of this amazing inner child work, inner healing work that you've been doing. But also this is this masculine. I think that this has just come through. I think these two are actually confirming each other. That whoever's been wearing a mask with you has just all of a sudden come back into your energy again. And I think that this was a real shock. Like, you were not expecting this person to come back into your energy, which is why I think which is why I'm hearing that you moving on, new cycles, new things. Like, I think that you thought that this connection was actually done and finished. I just heard that. And then all of a sudden, this person has just popped up back into your energy again, really suddenly. Or I just heard that potentially that you're quite, what am I trying to say? That you're really telepathically connected to this person, if this is your divine masculine. And I think that you have been going through a separation and a letting go, which is part of the journey, but actually letting go of, your need for control over the situation, just a real release. Release is the word that I'm hearing. So you've actually been going through a real release of this connection, which I think that like I said, for quite a while, I think that you've thought that this was over. So I will say then that if this is truly your divine masculine, is that you guys will always be joined by the threads that join you, right? And if you are releasing this masculine, like truly releasing this masculine and just trusting in the divine, and trusting in spirit, then this will have almost ricocheted straight back into your masculine again. So if you are letting go, I would imagine that he has been energetically feeling that, and that this is led to this lightning. So either he has just come out to you, something's just come across your table, like as he's just liked something, or even said that really dry message like a hey, or energetically this has just come over you again. This is like, oh my goodness, like this energy of his has just come straight back over you again. But this is you here, right? So happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, this is what you're trying to get to, is this really abundant path. Like I said, I wonder if the card will actually come through, but I kept seeing, fun, flirty, getting out there, that sort of energy. That card, like I said, I wonder if that card will come through. But this is really what you're wanting to get through, right? Expansion, joy, playfulness. This is the energy you're wanting to get into. That new, fresh start. But then you've got this keys on a ring. That I feel like you just keep getting drawn back to your masculine though, right? Because this masculine he made you feel like a third party. So many options, decisions strung along, one night stand. I think this is how this masculine made you feel. Just very much there, with 3 keys there. You could have also just had something go wrong with your keys. I just heard that either you might have just lost a key, misplaced your keys. I just heard that just to tie into this reading. But I think this is this way this masculine really made you feel. And given all of this amazing healing work that you've been doing, you no longer want to feel like this. Like this is, you're like, no, I've had enough. Like I don't want to feel like this third party option anymore. And you've been detaching. Which I have to say is really, honestly, all part of the journey. All right, let's get a couple more cards just to confirm this row. So self-indulgence. Oh, there we are. And it's a healing broken heart. So as we said, so you've been doing a lot of inner healing work, a lot of reflection on, your childhood wounding, really stepping into more healthier cycles, healthier ways of communicating, healthier ways of living. And you've been healing this heart, right? So free from toxic relationships or addictions. Addictions might have also played a part as well for you. I just heard that for some of you, you've actually just chosen a heart of sobriety, also a heart of sobriety, but a path of sobriety is what I just heard. And so this is exactly what I was saying. So as so the girl with the snake as well. So really just cutting out those toxic relationships, really trying to mend, really from the damage that this masculine's done. I'd also like just to remind you as well, just to digress just for one moment, is that I will be referring to masculine, feminine, he, she. I say this in all of my readings. It's not a gendered reading. You could end up resonating with either the masculine or the feminine. Just depends on where you are with your journey, depending on the type of trauma that you're trying to heal out. You're either going to be in a runner or a chaser dynamic, or you're going to identify either with a runner or a chaser. Typically, it's the masculine will be the runner, and then typically the feminine will be the chaser, or with that real fear of abandonment. Just depends on like I said, on where you are, what type of healing is required for you, and what journey you're on at the moment. So yeah, I digress, but back to this. So it's a healing heart. So really just healing out, just a broken heart, and really the damage that this masculine did. I think there was a lot of pain that was caused as a result of this masculine, both in the separation. It's both when the separation happened and while this separation has been going on. So girl with a snake, empath. So these are just those really toxic relationships around you at the moment. People that you thought you could trust, which you are now really just, you're removing from your life. I just heard, there we go, coffin. Done, endings. Girl with the snake. So those people that you're really just closing out, you're closing out the cycles, your, endings, growth, transition. I'm just hearing that you're really just cutting out toxicity from your life, family, friends, just all of the things that no longer serve you. which is why you're looking at this masculine and you're just thinking to yourself, why on earth am I still hanging on to this if this has caused me nothing but pain? I just heard that. Can I tell you, it's all part of the journey. It's very understandable. But yeah, you are really going through new beginnings here. All right, I'll be interested to see what comes up here. So we've got lightning and mask. I just want to get a couple for this lightning. I want to see if actually something. So what's this lightning? Lightning, mirror. That's interesting that would come up like that. So mirroring each other, self-image, relationships, reflecting our wounds, introspection. I hope that you haven't both been stalking each other on social media, is what I'm hearing. But I definitely, because you're mirroring this, right? So this lightning, so this shocking news that's come through to you, if you're both mirroring each other, it means that you might be thinking about potentially reaching out to this masculine, which I would say don't. The masculine needs to learn how to stop avoiding. The only way that he can stop avoiding is that he has to be the one to heal and then to step into his divine masculine and then have the strength and courage to come through to you. Because otherwise, if you continue to chase, then he will never learn. And you'll also never learn either. If you stay in that chaser energy and never heal the reasons why you need to be chasing, then you'll just be forever just in the same cycles over and over again. But yeah, it's very interesting that mirror would come through under that lightning. Let's get another one. I just want to get another one for this mask because these definitely relate to each other. Just another one here, please. All right, and we've got I like you. Yep, so you guys are mirroring each other. All right, so I think that's something like, so I like you, so somebody likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirty, wanting to date. This is the original card that I saw, right, that you're wanting to do, but it's coming up under this mask, which is why this is exactly what I was feeling, is that you are really stuck at the moment on this masculine because he has been wearing this mask, but then it's like, do I like, but so I want to move on from this masculine. I no longer want to be, dealing with this person with the mask, but then he's come through with lightning or something, or you've got this intuition, this energy about him has just come straight back over you again, which comes back to the mirror again. So I think this is why this energy, so if he is completely on your mind as well, like if this has just come across you, this energy, like, oh my goodness, like you cannot stop thinking about him all of a sudden when you've been doing so well with all of your releasing work that you've done, then it means that he's also feeling the same, because you guys are mirroring in this as well. So, which is why I'm very much thinking that as you're releasing this connection, he can energetically feel that. Because look, someone likes, under the mask, this person that has been wearing this mask with you, all of a sudden now romance is blooming, fun, flirty, wanting to date, as you're releasing, he can energetically feel that. All right, then we've got paradise. Oh, see, and then we've got the palm trees. We've got the two palm trees here. So stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance. This is what you're trying to move on to. Like I said, you're trying to let go of this. Like I said, you've really had enough of this, of this masculine, and feeling, the pain that he put you through. I'm just hearing this, that he just has put you through a lot of pain, and you're thinking to yourself, why on earth would someone that causes me so much pain? Look, here we go. So we've got not enough is on the bottom as I'm saying it. So frustrated, lack of confidence. So why on earth would this person who has made me feel so inadequate and not enough, and like a third option, why on earth would this person still be my divine? Is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's just get keys on a ring, because this is what you're trying to do, right? You want stability, security, growth, paradise. This is what you're moving into. And then lastly, keys on a ring. Then we've got dates. So meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. This is what you're trying to do, right? You are no longer wanting to be this third party or someone that made you like a third party. And as I said, you're wanting to get out there, new cycles, get back out there, plan, set a date. You could have also just put yourself onto a dating website. I just heard that maybe for the first time in a long time, or somebody's just set you up on a date, or you really start, or you were just thinking about it. I just had this image of you taking new photos to put up on a dating website. I just heard that you're currently trying to find photos to set up a profile, is what I was just hearing or just seeing in my mind. Which, can I tell you, this will all be ricocheting back into your masculine, because as I keep saying, as you're letting go, I think that your masculine is really, I think, like I said, he can feel this. He can feel this letting go from you. All right, so that's your overall energy. I want to get the tarot now to really break this down for you, just to see what your team does, and then we'll get into the masculine. But I just want to see what does your team want you to know about this connection. All right, so we'll use this beautiful pink deck again. Very feminine, pink cards, pink deck. Very, very divine feminine, but I was called to use these again today, so let's go through it. Just want to get your energy into these cards. All right, so what does your team want you to know? Oh, as I'm just knocking everything out. Oh, sorry. The other half of the deck is over here. All right, we'll get there in a second. All right. Maybe you're feeling a little bit all over the place at the moment, is just what I heard. The cards, I don't normally struggle that much, so maybe you're just feeling a little all over the place, like you're just needing a little bit of direction right now. So, let's see what Spirit needs to tell us. That was the Five of Wands, just so you know. That just came out, but let's keep going. All right, just beautiful collective needs to know. All right, so let's just split the deck here. What have we got? Well, that's a tower moment. Potentially you've just gone through a tower moment. You're coming out of the end of a tower, potentially. But look, these are the cards that we've got. So we've got the Seven of Wands. Very interesting that would come up. But then we've also got the Hierophant as well. So this is very interesting. This is your overall energy. I'm not surprised that the Seven of Wands has come out. So Seven of Wands is all around setting boundaries, right? Which is what you were doing at the moment, which is beautiful. So you're setting boundaries, closing out karmic cycles. You know what you are prepared to accept in relationships, what you're not. You're setting up those boundaries. So really just confirming exactly what we were talking about as the Seven of Wands, not just with this person, but also just with your connections in general. Yeah, as I keep saying, so family, friends, work relationships as well. And then we've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is all around it's really my marriage card, but it's also the card around like the Oracle card. It's a real teaching card. It's also the card of institutions, right? Which is why this really is my marriage card. So it's all around, like government institutions and, things along those lines. It's a real institution card. So I wonder if you are stepping into your Oracle energy, which means that you must be on your mission work, is what I'm hearing. But also, so you might probably on your mission work, but also I'm hearing that you are thinking about marriage. You are wanting long-term commitment. You are thinking about who is going to be your Hierophant, who is actually going to be able to provide you that stability, real tradition, that's the word I was looking for, that real tradition life is what you want, a real traditional. So you will be out there. So you are looking for an energy who can be your husband. And I just heard the father of your children. That's actually what you're looking for. You're looking for that real Hierophant energy. Now that you've done all of your healing, who then is going to be this really stable, traditional, masculine? I just heard that. That's what you're looking for. So let's get down into it. Very interested actually to see what comes up for this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more, please. Oh, she's come up again. Look, that 5 of Wands, she really wanted to come out. Sorry, not that. Sorry, the 6 of Wands. It's actually the 6 of Wands here is really wanting to come out. Interesting. So we'll come back to the 6 of Wands. We'll come back to it. So, all right. So this first card here is around coins. So, okay. So this is the Ace of Coins, but it came out in the reverse, right? So I think that this is really where you're feeling at a crossroads at the moment. You're feeling potentially quite stuck. And I think that this is to do with this connection, right? So for a long time, I think that you wanted this Ace of Pentacles. You wanted that offer to come through from this person. But I think that you've really I think the time here, you've really lost faith with it, is what I'm hearing. And that I'm also hearing that because you're going through this major release, is that maybe this is no longer such a priority of yours anymore. Is that originally, this is really all you could think of was this coin, this offer to come through to you from this masculine. But it's no longer a priority. It's in the reverse. You're really going through a really big release right now, which is confirming what in your current energy at the moment. Which, if you are going through that release, it means that you are fairly far along in your healing journey, that you have been identifying in that twin flame, divine counterpart connection. You've been identifying with this for a while. And if you're getting to that point really where you're just in a state of release now, it's actually really beautiful that you're in that, as if divine feminine, that you're actually just in the release, because it means that you are really, really just trusting in the divine. You were really trusting in divine timing, that you were no longer scared of abandonment, that if this offer comes in or if it doesn't, like, you're going to be okay either way. Like it's what I'm hearing is it you're in your strength. Really, it's a real strength. I'm straight away seeing my strength card. You're in a lot of strength at the moment, which this masculine will be feeling. Like, it will be, as I said, it will be ricocheting back to him. Because then we've got the 5 of Coins, which is all around being left out in the cold. It's really, it's a very sad card. You've got, all of your burdens that you're carrying with you on your back, and I think for a long time, I think that this was you. This isn't the blockage row. Is that this was really you for a long time. I think you have carried hope of this masculine reaching out for a long time. You've been sitting in this veil, this longing veil out in the cold for a long, long time. And you were unable to let go of it for such a long time. But I have to say that the longer that you're kept waiting, and I know you might not want to hear this, but I think you know this, right? Is that the longer you're kept waiting, the longer you're in the longing veil, is it the longer you are pushed into actually examining your shadow, examining the reasons why you have this longing feeling why you've got such a fear of abandonment. The longer the masculine stays away, and like I said, you're probably not going to want to hear this. I just get this feeling like you're going to roll your eyes at me. But the longer the masculine stays away, the more healing with you that takes place. And that truly you could not have been able to get to this point of release and just total trust in the journey without this masculine actually staying away and avoiding. We'll get to the masculine. Don't you worry. We'll get there. But just focusing on you at the moment, is that you really, there's just been a lot of healing going on with you, a real sense of release. That's what I just fear keep repeating myself. I just feel this real sense of release. Then we've got judgment here, right? So judgment is all around being called into your mission work, into your destiny, into what should be really happening in your world, why you've been brought to this planet, and how you are going to give back to this world. Also, Archangel Gabriel as well. You could be quite close to Archangel Gabriel, but really, he blows his trumpet and he calls us into our mission work, which is why I was picking up on that first deck, is that I think that you have stepped into your mission work. Or when I was seeing that the Hierophant card, is that you're starting to step into your oracle, which means you might be a reader yourself, or you might be thinking about becoming a reader. But really that real teaching energy, so spiritually teaching. You also could be like you're a healer of some sort, but you stepping into your oracle energy, which is really beautiful, which has happened as a result of this release. We then have the Lovers, right? And we've got the Lovers. So interesting, there are 4 Lovers cards in this deck. So one's a traditional Lovers card, and we've got masculine, feminine. This is the 2 feminines together. And what this really reminds me of is, it could actually be 2 feminines. Your relationship could be 2 feminines, one identifying as a runner and as a masculine, as a runner and a chaser, so that could be. But what I'm getting more is that you are stepping into your beautiful Empress energy, your love for yourself is what I'm hearing. That real feminine love, that real self-esteem, that real, like, I just keep saying it, but that real sense of relief, yes, and also release as well. So really your inner duality is what I'm seeing with this and this card, is that this is real self-love, which I don't think you've ever had in your life before, which is a really beautiful energy. It's very, very feminine. You've really embraced your feminine side, is what I'm hearing, that real Empress glow about you. I've also I just keep seeing the High Priestess card as well. I wonder if the High Priestess will come up. But yeah, it's a very inner duality. I just keep hearing that inner duality, that real inner peace. You're understanding your oracle. You are understanding who you are as a feminine. Really beautiful energy. And then we have here, we've got the wands, the 6 of Wands, who keeps trying to come out. So 6 of Wands is all around, what's the word I'm looking for? Around recognition, around triumph. I think we're coming back to what you originally wanted with this relationship, is you wanted that recognition. Like, you wanted this person to come through with this offer. You wanted, success. You wanted, you really, really wanted this person back. But like I said, I think this is now in the reverse. So I think you're letting go of this. Like, it's just not a priority to you at the moment. And like, like I said, in this energy will be really ricocheting back to your masculine. Your masculine will be able to feel this release. All right, so let's go just this Ace of Coins in the reverse. Oh, look at that. And we've got then the Lovers that have come up again. So we've got 2 Lovers cards here. Like I said, you are really stepping into self-love, that, that you're no longer waiting for this, for this masculine to come through. But you're wanting this, right? You are wanting your soul connection. That's what I just heard. Also, because I was getting two messages that were coming through with that Hierophant card, you found your inner oracle, but also you are wanting marriage. You are wanting to find your soulmate. You are wanting to set down deep roots with someone, is what I just heard. Like you really want, I'm just seeing also my Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles card. Like you are really wanting stability with someone and you're wanting to find your soulmate. Really interesting that we would have those two lovers cards come out. All right, so we've got Five of Coins in the reverse. Oh, and then we've got making a choice. This makes sense at the moment. So the two of Swords is all around making a choice that you can't actually quite see the choice that you need to be making. You've got the blindfold on. You're a real crossroads in life. You just can't see the way forward. And I think that this was for a long time, you know, you were sitting in this Five of Coins energy, you know, really just waiting for this masculine to come through. Really at a crossroads and you might actually still be, this has been a blocker, is you're just not sure for a long time which way to go with this masculine. Do you stay in this connection? Do you just completely release? Do you let it go? That real roller coaster that everybody goes through as a part of these connections. Is it, do I hang on? Do I just completely go? Do I trust in the divine? Like, what am I supposed to be doing here? And really kind of just getting that real sense of delulu, like a real, like, am I just completely crazy? So I think for a long time you've been sitting in that. But like I said, I think that you're moving past this energy. You really are. Or what was that just tried to pop up? So the sun in reverse, I won't take it, but the sun is, it might actually pop out again anyway. But the sun obviously is all around illuminating, things being illuminated in your life. Then we've got the Fool. It's too many, but we do have the Fool in reverse there. Too many. All right, Judgment. Judgment, please. Okay, I will take actually all three of these cards. Wow, so you've had a big breakthrough here. So that's the Ace of Swords. That's a breakthrough, which has come up under Judgment, the Judgment card, which means that you really are stepping into your mission work. You've had a breakthrough around what your mission work is. Like I said, if you haven't started this already, then you are about to. I'd really highly recommend that you do it too. I'm just being told if you're doubting to step into your mission work, just do it. I just heard that if you're a reader, if you want to be online, if you want to just have the courage and step forward, is what I was hearing. That you have a message that has to be shared. I just heard that. Have the courage to step forward. All right, then we've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So the Seven of Swords is all around. It's the avoidant card, right? He's quite sneaky. You know, it's quite a player card. It's a real avoidant card. But this is in the reverse. And it's come up under that Lover. So this is all around you and your self-love, finding that inner duality within yourself. And like you were just saying, look, I'm no longer putting up with Seven of Swords behavior. Like I will not be putting up with anybody who's coming through as a Seven of Swords in any type of relationship, not just this connection, but also in just like I keep saying, in connections in general. Like you're no longer putting up a Seven of Swords activity, no longer putting up with people being sneaky, no longer putting up with people avoiding. And you are really wanting to find, like I said, your soulmate. That's the energy that you're stepping into. And lastly, we've then got the King of Coins. Oh, well, that's lovely. So this is the outcome that you're looking for, right? Is you're trying to really just, for a long time, there's been, that blockage, like we said, you wanted this masculine to come through, but now You are wanting your 10 of cups, or your king of cups. 10 of cups, king of cups. Yes, true. You do want a 10 of cups and a king of cups. So all around, emotional fulfillment, and also a man who's very emotionally fulfilled. But then also we've got King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins, he's such a stable character. He's got all of his stuff together. He's been through all of the coins. He's been through everything. He's laid foundations. He has everything has come through to fruition by the time he gets to his King of Coins, and he just sits there on his throne in complete abundance. But it also takes time, right? And that's why it's such a stable, grounded energy, which is your King of Coins. And that's what you want, right? You're sick of waiting around, and you want your King of Coins. And you're looking for your soulmate. You're looking for marriage. I'm hearing you. You're looking for marriage. You're looking for a stable, strong, masculine character. Character? Is that the word? You know what I'm trying to say. Also, too, you could be dealing, I just heard as well, is that you could be dealing with a earth sign as well. So it could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo with that King of Coins. There are actually a lot of coins in here. So you could also be a earth sign as well. I just heard air. I was about to say air. So air sign as well. Gemini, I just heard straight away. But you could also be dealing with an air sign. All right, so that's pretty much you, which is beautiful energy. All right, let's just ring that out because I want to then cap into your masculine. All right, I'm going to get these little black cards to tap into the masculine. I just want to see what's around him at the moment. And let's see. A shout out too to the masculines that do watch my readings. I don't mean to be too harsh on you guys, but a shout out to you. All right, let's go. So let's try and see what's going on with this masculine. That's one, which I'm just being told, so I will take that. Oh, there we go. So hammer. So sabotage, rebuilding. That's my rebuilding after a tower, which means that there's some messiness that has been going on with your masculine, which he's trying to heal out from. But let's see what's happening with your masculine, how he's seeing this connection is what I want to see. All right, we're just going to split the deck just to get that overall energy. Well, isn't this funny? So he's actually got all your masculine. I keep saying he, not gendered. Whoever's wearing that masculine, sitting in that masculine energy, that running veil. We've got girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, moving on. This is what your masculine, it's ricocheting through, which is why you got that mirror card. So you are, through your threads that tie you guys together, he can feel it. So he can feel exactly what you're saying. So girl talk, time with, he's scared that you're moving on. I can feel it straight away. So he's really scared that you are getting out there, which means that he might have been snooping on your socials. I think I think your intuition is right. There's a reason why this masculine energy has just come over you like all of a sudden, like a lightning bolt, right? When you've been doing so much great, amazing healing work. Then we've got to go with the snake as well. So it's the same card that came up with you guys. So you really are mirroring, which confirms that first deck. So I think that he's also going through healing out karmic cycles. So he's also had people around him that he thought that he could trust, that he's starting to set boundaries with, which would make sense that we've got the hammer because he's in a rebuild stage of phase at the moment. Right, he's also dealing with his fake empaths, his girl with the snake. There could also be a female energy around him, or I shouldn't say female, but a feminine energy. Could be female. Straight away I was actually seeing mother or sister, but it could be some sort of a feminine energy around him that you know about. I've just heard that actually could have come between you and this person that he's trying to heal out from, to actually get get rid of. I just heard that he's actually trying to get rid of them out of his life. That's what I just heard. So he's actually starting to set boundaries with this person. So that will actually resonate with you, or it should resonate with you. You should have some intuition about that, or know who it is I'm talking about. Oh, we got the runner. Look at this. So it's definitely the masculine I'm picking up on, who's been, well, I mean, he's been working on his codependency. Oh, it's not his codependency, on his running behavior, right? So the fear of intimacy, letting go of ego. He's been hammering away, is what I just heard. He's been really trying to rebuild himself, really on his own healing journey. And he really understands that he's the runner. Like he gets it. He understands. And I think that fear of intimacy, that's really standing out to me. I think that he really left you high and dry, my beautiful feminines. I think that this masculine got his running boots on and he took for the hills. I'm just hearing. Which I know is incredibly frustrating, but I'm going to say this, is that it all has to happen for a reason. Had this runner not got his running boots on and taken off and left you high and dry, I also just heard as well, I hope there wasn't a pregnancy involved in this. I don't know why that just came to my mind, so I'm going to say it, is that gosh, masculines, if you left this person high and dry when they were potentially pregnant, we'll see what else comes out with, which no wonder feminines, if you're looking at that and just thinking, why on earth would I be putting up with this, if this person left me in that state. I don't know why that just came to me, that will resonate with some of you. I think this is playing on whatever led to that separation, as I'm saying it, separation. So sadness, missing you, whatever led to that separation between the two of you, he is in deep regret at the moment. Like, he's really going over it, which absolutely makes sense, because as you're letting go, you guys are mirroring. So he is absolutely reflecting on this. It's and his, runner energy. What's this one? Axe. There we are. So breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Couple of things for this, of course. It's funny that you've got the axe and the hammer, because the axe is about axing out those karmic relationships, those karmic cycles as well. His runner energy, he's trying to axe that out at the moment. But also too, that you guys are in separation, right? So we've got two cards of separation. So separation, breakup, separation, sadness. This is going over in your masculine's mind a lot. And like I said, I think he's really concerned that you are actually about to axe him out of your life entirely, which makes, as I said, makes perfect sense, because you're questioning this as well. Like, you're wondering, do I axe this person out? So he's picking up on it. But definitely this is old energy that he wants to be healing out. Like I said, he's in a rebuild phase at the moment, so he understands around this whole runner dynamic, that his running behavior. What have we got? So soulmate. So he sees you as a soulmate. I think he's in deep regret at the moment, but he sees you as his soulmate. Very much hold a key to his heart. And look, on the bottom here, so we've got self-indulgence, so focusing on self-worth, shadow work, self-appreciation. So he's doing his own shadow work. He's currently working through all of those things that ultimately led to your separation. He's working through. It's very much highlighted to him. He knows where he has to heal out. He knows it. And he's just hoping that by the time that's done, that you're still going to be around, I just heard. But he absolutely sees you as his soulmate, as his connection agreement, soul contract. So just as you see him, I know that you still have a lot of love in your heart for this person, despite what's happened. I know you still have a lot of love in your heart, feminine. You both see each other as soulmates. That's way too many. But I will just go. I'm just going to take this one as also. I like you. So somebody likes you. Romance is blooming, fun, flirty, wanting to date. So you guys are. That you also got that card as well. But I think, like I said, I think that this is what this masculine is really concerned. That you're wanting to date. That there's somebody else around you, or there's going to be somebody else in your energy. I'm going to put these back. Just get a few more here. Oh, but then we've got love. So look, unconditional self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. This is a couple of things. This is how obviously he feels about you. Still a lot of love for you, but also self-love. You know, he's hammering through. You know, his scars. He's trying to axe out the people in his life that he knows no longer serve him. Yeah, there's still a lot of love for you here. All right, I'm just going to get one more card and then we'll bake down into the tarot for the masculine. So it did come up. So that card really did want to come out. So we've got, so both of you are doing this. So self-reflection, self-worth, time to heal, shadows. In this separation, the two of you have both been working on your shadow. I think that when this masculine finally comes through to you, when that wheel turns, I think you will be really surprised about how much work he's done. Yeah, like he understands that he's the runner. Like he gets it. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what comes out with the tarot, because I just have this feeling, like this is just an intuitive feeling, that this masculine really left the feminine in a very bad state, is what I'm hearing, which he's got a lot of regret about. I think I just intuitively am feeling there's something like a pregnancy or something to do with children around it. I'd be interesting to hear, or to hear as well. I'll be hearing messages, but to see what happens in the tarot. So I'm going to get the tarot now. Oof, okay. Just getting a very heavy feeling all of a sudden. That how you guys left things was really not fantastic. And then being a runner, being an avoidant, there's just been a lot of distance for a long time between the two of you. But let's get the tarot. Let's understand what's going on with this connection. All right, let's go. What is this? What's happening with this masculine? How is this masculine still seeing this connection? All right, let's just split the deck. Let's see what we come up with. So we've got Scout of Air. Oh, wow. And then we've got the Fool in this deck, right? So Scout of Air is Page. It's the Page, right? Sorry, no, it's not. It's not. It's Scout in this deck. Sorry. Scout of deck is actually the Knight. It's the Knight of Swords. So he still sees this as the Knight of Swords, which means that the Knight of Swords is still a little bit of an immature energy, I have to say. And I think that the masculine understands this, is that he still doesn't have his thoughts together. When he came through to you, it's quite an abruptive energy. So this is what's replaying over in his head, is it how he came through to you and how he was in the connection. It's really, he just didn't have his thoughts together. He was a little bit impulsive. I'm hearing that really quite almost an avoidant energy. He knows this, like he was an avoidant energy. He certainly wasn't in a King of Swords um, uh, energy. Like he just didn't have his stuff together when you guys were born into alignment, which is totally makes sense, because that's, you know, when two twin flames or two divines meet each other, then you are both both broken. I've also just heard as well that he wants to come through to you. So it's also a revelation, a truth. Like he wants to come through to you. He wants to be that Nine of Swords as well. I just heard that. That it's not necessarily a love offer, but it's like a communication that he wants to come through to you with, right? Which is why we've then got this Fool card, because the Fool card is about this. He wants to have the courage to come through, but it's a truth, it's a revelation, I don't know why I'm finding it so hard to find my words. I feel this masculine can't find his words. I think that's what the problem is this masculine cannot find his words. As I'm channeling this, it's a bit of an anxious feeling, but he wants to, like, we've got this Fool card here. He wants to take that step towards you. Despite how, I'm going to say it, it's despite how immature he was when you guys were together. He really didn't have his thoughts or know which direction to go in when you guys were in alignment. You know, when you guys were when you guys were brought together, he just didn't know. He didn't have his stuff together. That's all I'm hearing. Just didn't have his stuff together. All right. So that's the first card there. So we've got, that's actually the Ace of Cups, but in the reverse. All right. Two more, please. Interesting cards to come out. Very, very interesting. All right, so I believe this one was, I think it came out like this. Yeah, I think it actually came out like this, like that. Okay. So, very interesting cards. So we've got the Ace of Cups, but in the reverse. So Ace of Cups is a love offer. So I was talking about love offer just then. In the reverse, though, is that this masculine understands that there's been a lack of a love offer here. Like he knows. He knows that he hasn't come through to you, right? And he understands the heartbreak that this has caused. He knows that, which is then leading straight into this card. I'm immediately drawn to the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, right? The masculine understands this. He knows the damage that he's caused here. Like I said, I just get this feeling intuitively that when the masculine left the feminine was in a really, really vulnerable state. Like there was a lot of heartache that was caused here. And through his, because this isn't the block up, through his lack of coming through his avoidant behavior, it's the feminine has not been able to move out of this heartache. Right. And, you know, in the reverse, and the masculine knows this. I think this absolutely is playing on his mind like you wouldn't believe. And this is happening because there's been this release with the feminine. You've released feminine. You're moving on. You're wanting to move on to that next cycle. And like I said, that is ricocheting through your threads back to this masculine again. I'm just getting this such an anxious feeling as I'm tapping into this masculine. All right, so we've got Source of Earth, which is why I think again. So this is that King of Pentacles card, which is why I think you might be dealing with an Earth sign, but it's also just a feeling of being grounded, and then that straight away is followed up then by the Scout of Fire. So the Scout of Fire is that's the Knight of Wands, right? Which he wants to be this source of earth, that King of Pentacles. He really wants to be, but hasn't been. And he understands that when he came through to you, he was a Knight of Wands. So a Knight of Wands that's my player card. I don't, be a bit harsh to the masculines, but that's my player card. He knows that that's the energy that he was. I feel like he probably made you really feel like a third party, that there were a lot of priorities ahead of you. And like I said, I think that when the masculine left this feminine, it was in a really bad state, and that this is going over with this masculine like you wouldn't believe. This is, like I said, it's just such an anxious feeling. He wants to be this source of earth though, but he has to this point not been able to offer you. This is all around stability, like I said before, that stability, that he's the king that sits on his throne, and for a long time he hasn't been able to offer that, but he was offering that real player energy. And then we've got it's very interesting this would come out, because then we've got the moon card, but then we've got the moon in the reverse. So the moon card is all around, it's about things hidden in the dark. It's about, so I see this as a bit of an untruth card. It's also a card of intuition. So it also means around trusting in your intuition to be able to see through I'm going to say this, I don't mean this to sound so harsh, but to see through the lies, to see through what's been hidden in the dark, to really trust in your team to be able to show you the way, to find the truth in the matter. That's really how I see the moon card, because you intuitively know that there are things that have been kept in the dark. And so I think this masculine knows that that there were things kept from you here, which is why he really wants this in the reverse. He wants to come out of that. He wants to come through. I really feel like you've got a revelation, or he wants to come through with that revelation, right? Which is why that the Knight of Swords came up, right? He wants to come through to you. I think that when you guys were together, like I just keep hearing that word, quite immature. When you guys first met, and he's wanting to come through with that. All right. Let's just confirm this top row. I feel like the masculine is a little on the fence at the moment as to what to do. I just get such an overall sense of just anxiety at the moment. All right, because then straight onto that, so we've got Student of Earth. So the student is the page, right? So the Page of Earth, which is around an opportunity. All right, he wants to come through to this Page of Pentacles. So he knows that through his lack of a love offer here, that it really was, that he's caused so much heartache as a result of it. But he knows that he's got an opportunity here to come through to you. It's a Student of Earth. He knows that he has this opportunity to come through and actually show you this offer, this love, a love offer. Also, I just heard around Pentacle path as well. I think that this masculine is in a very different Pentacle energy, Pentacle path, than when you first met him. I think he's in a very different energy. Like I said, I think that ultimately when this masculine comes back in again, I think that you'll be really surprised about how much change has happened in his world. Okay, so then we've got the Three of Swords in reverse. So really trying to come out of that heartache. And then we've got the World card. Right, so then we've got brand new cycle. He understands that this heartache has been holding you back. He understands it. But I think now he can feel it. He can feel that you're starting to get over this heartache, and that you are starting to step into a brand new cycle, which is all around your energy as well, right? Stepping into new things, new and really new abundant paths. Really closing out old karmic cycles and stepping into brand new energy. Well, I've just was told just to look at the bottom of the deck here too. So we've got the Three of Pentacles as well, just talking about you. So that's really the student card. That's really you on your abundant path. I think also too, I think your masculine is getting advice. It's also my advice card. So you're a student, but you're also reaching out to those around you for advice. It's that's how I see this card. So I think this masculine is also trying to get advice from others around you as to how he should be approaching the situation. I hope the masculine's getting the right advice. That's all I can say. But I think he is reaching out to those around him. Like I said, the changes you're going through are ricocheting straight back into this masculine. Here we go, source of earth, and then, which is really what this masculine wants to be, right? He wants to be this real stable, abundant character. I keep saying character. I don't know why. I don't know if that might resonate with someone, but this real abundant energy, and he's trying to manifest that through at the moment. This is literally what he's working on. This is the manifestation card or the magician card. He's really trying to use all the tools around him at the moment to be able to really step into his abundant path, to really be able to be the person that you need him to be. Okay, so we've got Scout of Fire. So this is that old energy. I think he knows that he's still got tendencies to do this though. Oh, okay, there we go. We'll take that one. So we've got the Seer of Air, or the King of Swords, but the King of Swords in reverse. So we're really just looking at that old energy that he is really looking over and really reflecting on as to how he was with you. So he was really that player energy. Also, the Seer of Air, that the King of Swords in reverse too, is really it's quite a possessive energy. I'm not going to lie, it's also quite a very detached energy. So, and he knows this, like he knows that that's the energy that he showed up to you. And this is all that you've seen of him. It's all of the masculine. I keep saying him, it's not a gendered reading. Of the masculine, the person wearing that masculine veil. Is that he knows this. It's quite a possessive energy too. It's quite a wounded masculine energy. Quite possessive, quite jealous. Player energy. He knows that it's really, really playing on his mind. Okay. Way too many, but I'm going to take that bottom one here. Oh, look at... Sorry, that's so weird. Oh, that is the Empress energy. That's the Empress energy. So a couple of things I'm getting for this. I think this actually confirms the whole pregnancy thing that I was picking up on as well. Because we're talking about untruths, we're talking about lies, and and that he's reflecting on about. Yeah, like I said, I was picking up. So this is the Empress card. It is around abundance, but it's also my pregnancy card. So I think that this is actually confirming what I was picking up on. Is the fact that I'm almost certain that there was some sort of a pregnancy thing here, which is really, really playing on both of your minds at the moment. But also too, this is how this masculine sees you, is he sees you as his Empress. He sees you as that beautiful, divine feminine. And like I said, I think that I'm just getting such a sense of anxiety at the moment. He really wants to come through to you. Such a sense of anxiety. I'm just not sure if a decision has been made yet. He wants to be the fool. All right. I'm actually going to get next steps here because I want to see what this blockage is, right? So blockage and next steps. I think I'm going to get some, this will be the last deck I get, but I just want to see, these pictures. I want to get these pictures cards. I want to see what the next steps are going to be and potentially what these blockers are. All right, let's see what the universe wants to tell me. What is blocking this masculine? What is it? And then ultimately, then what will next steps be? Blockers will then determine what next steps are. What's that card that's just come out? Infatuation, denial, obsession, attraction. Well, we know that. We know that. He's very, very much looking at you. All right. Let's see. I'll just split it on that again. Infatuation. Denial, obsession, attraction. He can't stop thinking about you. He just can't. And then we've got conflict resolution here as well. So compromising, making amends, positive outcome. This is what this masculine wants to do. He wants to come through to you. I reckon you do have something coming through. So this is over the next short term. I think you've actually got something coming through. That revelation coming through. All right, let's keep going. So this is ultimately what blockers are. I'm just going to put something over the top of that because I'm just always a little bit concerned. I don't want to get blocked from YouTube. There are still distractions in this masculine's life, but he also knows too that this is, he's keeping you waiting, right? He knows this. Temptation, always busy. This is what ultimately led to your separation, making you feel like a third party. Oh, we've got broken mirrors, roller coaster, toxic additions. Couple of things I always see with this, right, is broken mirrors. So you guys are actually mirroring each other, but also this is what's playing over his mind is how you guys met each other. So addictions, I think he's closing out addictions. I have a feeling that addictions played massively into your connection, and he's currently, these are his next steps as he's trying to close this out. He's really trying to step into his King of Pentacles energy. He's really trying to step into it. But he understands that all of this is all causing these huge distractions. But he knows he has to close this out, all these toxic connections. I think he's currently doing this. Like we said in the first deck we pulled for him, or for the masculine, is that they are really examining their karmic cycles at the moment. And this is you guys. So this is, block, silent treatment. You might actually have this masculine blocked. I just heard, or he might have you blocked. But definitely you guys, there is no communication between you. It hasn't been for some time. Very much playing on this masculine's mind. Here we go. So thinking of you, crying, nostalgia, missing you. We're really just confirming here his current energy. I think that there's a lot going on in this masculine's life. He really does want to take this step through to you, but it could be a little while yet, is what I'm hearing. He's really, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe all of this is actually going to really push him to finally take that step. I think he's in deep reminiscing here. Like I said, you're detaching, and the more that you detach and the more that this masculine just can pull the pull between the ties. I reckon you've got, here we go. So we've got drama, addictions, love, hate relationships, and talking about those toxic relationships that he's getting rid of. Right, so drama, addictions has come up again. So love, hate relationship. This is that push-pull between the two of you as well that he's thinking about. I reckon this might be enough to actually push him into making contact. Like he's in really deep regret at the moment. What else is going to come out here? Juice is fed up, cutting away ties, walking away, as we're saying it. Under distraction. So he is cutting these karmic cycles out. I honestly think that this is going to be enough for him finally to come through. Let's see what else comes out here. Unemployed, broke, fired. So yeah, and there's come up under broken mirror. Like we said, when he met you, he was in a really broken state when he met you. Really broken. Like he was broke, like literally broke and broken. But like I said, he's clearing this out. He's going through a lot. He's karmic clearing. And if he's karmic clearing, it means that he, like, I honestly think it's going to be enough to push him through into contact. And then we've got new love, dating. I think it's just the new love that he wants with you guys, right? So I'm getting a couple of things. So no contact. There's definitely been no contact. But look, we've got new love between the two of you. I also think that he's concerned that you might be back on the market again, which is why, he's in a lot of inner turmoil at the moment. I'm not sure if the universe is actually going to show me definitely if he's going to come through to you or not. I think feminines, I think this is part of your shadow work, and part of the healing that you've been doing is you've actually let this go. And you're releasing. So whether this masculine comes back in or not, I actually don't think that you really care at the moment. I think you're in a total sense of release, I just heard. So I don't know if we're actually going to be shown any more than this. Let's keep going. Which is actually a really good state that you need to be in. I just heard Spirit just said, look, you're in a state of release. You just need to be staying in that state of release. So this masculine will come through, but that shouldn't be your focus right now. But then we've got, as I'm saying it, determined, persistent, still holding on, flowers, gifts. I think that this masculine is going to come through, and he's going to come through to you soon. But like I said, thinking of you, determined, persistent, flowers. I think that you were never far from this masculine's mind. Look, he is still thinking about whatever was spoken about you. I think there was serious commitment spoken about here. And like I said, there could have even been, a discussion around marriage. I definitely think that there was a pregnancy involved here. And he really left this masculine, you really left this feminine high and dry. But you still want this with this feminine. You still want flowers, gifts. But to the feminines, I'm going to take one last card, and I'm just being told that that'll actually be it for the reading. Just one last card, because there we go. Toxic love, infatuation, denial, obsession, attraction has come back out again. You are absolutely on this masculine's mind. He is absolutely wanting to come through to you. But like I said, I'm just being told that feminines, you just need to stay in this state of release. That you don't actually need to know if he's coming, what the next steps are any more than we can see here. I mean, we can clearly see that this masculine can't stop thinking about you, but you were in that state of release. And I've just heard that's a really important layer for you, that you should be really proud that you were in that state of release, and then just to stay there. And then whatever happens with this masculine happens. Whatever happens. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm being told that that's the end of the reading. Really beautiful energy, truly. So, it's really lovely to read it, I have to say. The feminines, you've come such a long way. Okay, beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I will say though that if you have made it through to all the way to the end, if you have made it here, that please can you like and subscribe to this channel. Obviously, I'm a really brand new channel to YouTube, so if you can sort of show your support in that way, obviously not only does it help me, but it helps these messages get out to those that need to hear them as well, most importantly. All right, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, and I will see you in the next reading.